What's happening, everybody? Sean Daniel with Guitar Control here. Today, we're learning Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. Sweeping the nation, this incredible song. It's only 3 chords. It's super easy. Make sure you click the link below because I'm going to have the chord chart for everything we're doing here. Now, aside from just being a very easy song, this is also a great way that you can start incorporating the melody of a song into your strumming on an acoustic guitar, which is something that we're going to spend a lot of time doing. But first, let's just go over the main chords of the song. Now, the capo is on the 3rd fret. You don't need a capo to play the song, but we're going to use it because that's how this song is chorded out. And the chords that we need are going to be E minor, A minor, and then B7, or optionally just a B major. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about each one. So without the capo, these chords would actually be G minor, C minor, and then this guy right here would actually be a D7. But all this from now on is going to be relative to the capo. It's going to sound like this. So very, very easy. Strumming pattern is super simple. Let's just start with the E minor. Okay, now I'm kind of incorporating a little bit of what that melody is. So we could just maybe make a very, very simple way of doing 2 bars of E minor, 1 bar of A minor, 1 bar of B, which would sound like this. Again, that's just kind of rushed through the whole thing, but just to kind of give you an idea of what the strumming pattern would be. If we have E minor, that would be kind of 1 time around, and then again, down, 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 up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and to the A minor, which again is just, if you play the E minor with your middle finger 2nd fret of the A string, ring finger 2nd fret of the D string, you just move that straight down to get the A minor, and then put your pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string. Again, that could just be 1 time through. If we counted as 2 bars, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then to this B7. The B and the A minor get the same count. For this B7, I'm just grabbing my middle finger, right where it was with the E minor, 2nd fret on the A string, pointer finger 1st fret on the D string, ring finger 2nd fret on the G string, and then optionally you can get your pinky on the 2nd fret of the high E string. So again, that's a very clean way to do it. The first way I played it was more like that, kind of messy with a little bit more attitude, which is, I think, more befitting of the song on acoustic guitar. But if you just want to do it very cleanly, again on E minor, to A minor, to B7. But again, I think adding a lot of that rhythmic kind of is something that's really cool, which is what we're going to focus on right now. So we have that E minor, right? And then the melody that goes over that is really important. If we just kind of played what Billie's singing, we have the G string, open, 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 2D, 2G, right? That's kind of what I hear as the main melody of the song. We can play that over an E minor chord. All we're doing is really kind of focusing on the G string of the E minor. See how you can kind of hear that when you strum the chord like that? And then that last strum, I'm just adding my pinky where that melody is. So now, a new chord, you can see this is like a E suspended 4 chord or something like that. It's really just open E, 2A, 2D, 2G, all the way down. And it kind of adds a little bit extra to kind of make it just not a super basic acoustic guitar song, to kind of get that melody in. Again, it's a little more exciting that way. Now you can do the same kind of strumming with the A minor. Now what I like doing there is opening the first fret on the B string to go open. See how I just kind of open it up there? And the strumming pattern that you'll notice too is all downstrokes. And I think that is more of kind of the driving rhythm of the song. Again, this is just an acoustic guitar representation of it. The song itself has a lot of different dynamics production-wise going on, but this is just a couple different ways to play it, right? So if we do all downstrokes to kind of get that driving, I think it sounds a little bit more like a representation of the song, okay? So I want to talk a little bit more about that B7 and how we can just make that a regular B major chord, and in a way that's really just as easy as maybe like the A minor chord is. Because again, the cool thing about playing in this key, right, is we can play an A major shape 2 frets higher, and that gives us a B major chord when we just hit the D, G, and B strings. Now, optionally, you could grab the root note there and get a thicker B major chord, 2A, 4, 4, 4, D, G, B, right? Or do the bar chord way. Either way, these are all perfectly good options on how to play the song, but I think it's really that B7 kind of adds a lot to it. So here's an example of both ways. You have the E minor. Remember 2 times. So the A minor. So that was the major chord down in the 4th fret. So again, they're just kind of different flavors, but it's always good to know that anytime you see a B7 chord, a B dominant 7 chord is what that's shorthand for, you can always use a B major chord. And you don't have to use the bar chord. It doesn't have to be this long reach here. It can always just be a little piece of a chord to make things easier. And they kind of give you, just like I said before, a different flavor of how that song goes, okay? Now that's really the entire song except for the breakdown when everything just gets crunk, right? Is that still a word? Sure it is. Which is really just a vamp on E minor, okay? That's kind of like how I interpret the rhythm of it. Is a little bit of a tempo difference, right? Even if you just kind of like play it as just the E minor. That's really the whole thing until it gets back to the... And all it is you just gotta kind of feel that E minor. And you'll notice how I'm muting it sometimes to kind of get a little bit more of that rhythmic, that choppy rhythmic starting and stopping. My pinky's just kind of a free agent that can always hit the string set within that chord. To come down and just hit like a muted-ish string set, right? So really just super easy song that there's a million different interpretations of the song. That's why, honestly, like the mark of a good song is how many times you can kind of reinvent it. And if you think about it, it's really just kind of like a minor 1-4-5 type thing that we have going on in E minor. Again, technically G minor with the capo. But super easy song, a lot of fun to play, really easy to memorize, and just really just kind of like use some of these things to maybe start adding more of the melody to the chords of your playing. And again, the more thoughtful you are about the melody on top of the chords, I think really the better your acoustic guitar playing and song interpretation is going to be. So definitely just maybe be thoughtful about that. And if you guys have any questions, let us know in the comment section below. And also in the meantime, make sure to click around any of these videos by myself, other great guitar control instructors. And like I said before, anything you want to see, let us know and we'll get right on it. Thanks a lot.